Hello. Good morning.
Hi.
We're a little late today. Sorry about the tardiness. And I'm wearing my glasses, so there's going to be a reflection, and we're all just going to have to deal with it.
I'm not mad at it. It's
Okay.
fine.
It's the new technology, blue blocking, blah, blah, blah. And we're just going to roll with it
Mm-hmm.
on this fine Wednesday,
Yes.
Remembrance/Veterans Day.
Yes.
Yes, which means it's a holiday, sort of, today.
It is. And it's interesting. I was thinking this morning because my kids were like, we don't have poppies. And I was like, you have a poppy.
I do.
See, I don't go anywhere. I couldn't find a poppy.
Laura, do you know where I got this poppy from?
Where?
Starbucks.
Oh, see, I drive through. I haven't even been in one. And
yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, how do you donate? Because the poppies are how funds are raised every year. So I need to figure out how to donate in lieu of a poppy.
I'm sure there's a link somewhere.
I hope so.
That enables you to give the money.
Yeah.
In lieu of getting a poppy. But yeah, I gave the money in the Starbucks because I went into the Starbucks on Monday. And they're in there. Normally they sell them at the grocery store too. Or like have.
I don't go there.
I know.
I have everything delivered at this point in my life, I feel.
I know. So anyway, how is everybody doing this morning? We are a little late. We're going to dive right into it because today is an important conversation, and it is how to use questions and content to prevent objections. Because yes, Monday and Tuesday, I feel like today's Thursday, but it's not. It's Wednesday.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry if I keep tripping up everybody, but it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday, we were talking about this whole, like, let us help you get clients. Here's what we strongly recommend that you do, and here's where we strongly recommend that you spend your time. Kate put up something for you. That's where you can donate. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you. I'm copy and pasting it now so I don't forget.
That's amazing. What was I talking about? Sorry, it's a day today. Clearly, Monday and Tuesday, like that was just a full brain stop. Yeah. You just witnessed that. That rarely happens to me. Monday and Tuesday, we were talking about how to get clients and the recommendations that we are giving you. And so it's only sort of fair that we also support you in overcoming objections. Driving me nuts, that glare. In overcoming objections.
Yes.
Because we do get the question a lot, what if somebody asks for the price? Yep. What if, how do I communicate how this program is different? What if somebody says I need to speak to the spouse? What if they say to me, you know what, not right now? What if they say, oh, it's more expensive than I thought it would be? Right? What if they're like that? And so we have some really good workarounds that we teach inside of the 10K success system and all of our other programs that we wanted to talk to you about. And, we spoke a little bit yesterday about asking questions. And that is so, so important. And I think sometimes too, there's, this misconception around an enrollment conversation versus an intake. Right? Yes. And like we're all taught to do like initial intakes or like these discovery calls. But like that's not what we're talking about. When we have a sales process, we're not talking about doing an initial intake and having that be like the sales conversation.
We are not.
We are not talking about that. And so let's talk about content and questions. And going all the way back to your ideal client profile, because how you're going to know what the objections are going to be are because you know your ideal client avatar and typically what goes into them making a buying decision.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Sure do. Okay. Objections. Here's what it comes down to. There are two things that we need to focus on when it comes to you being able to overcome, get around, get past somebody's buying objection and move them into transformation. Number one is preventing them before they start. And I would say that 70% of objections can actually be solved before they come up as an objection in your content, in your conversations, and in what you put out to your people in general, and also how you start one-on-one conversations. And we'll talk about that in a hot minute. The other side of objections is then being able to, when the other 30% do come up as an actual objection that was not solved downstream, being able to have a conversation around it properly, because there is a very, very, very specific way of doing this. And being able to move the client from the place where they see the objection to the place where they then see the path forward through the objection. So let's go back. 70% of objections solved before they're even an objection in your content. Your content needs to go back to the things that you know are roadblocks for your person moving forward, right? The objections that they have, do they think that they don't have time to be able to do a certain program and achieve a certain result? You need content around why that's not true, right? Do they think that their family is preventing them from being able to lose weight because they don't have the bandwidth to cook 4 different meals, and they're under the impression that in order for them to lose weight, they need to cater to the kids, the husband, themselves, and also find 4 hours in a day to exercise, right? Mm-hmm. You need to bust that before it actually comes into their brain as a potential objection in a situation, right? These are things that we talk about all of the time with our clients in terms of the content and the marketing pieces that they're coming in with. And the more better you know your ideal client, the more conversations you have with them, the more of these that you will know, because you will have heard them and felt them and understood them and be able to come back. Is there anything you want to say on that for the marketing piece?
There is a lot of things I want to say. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about it, and I want you to brainstorm all of the lies that they believe. Ooh. That's probably a really good way to think about it. Mm-hmm. What are all the lies that they believe that are not true, but they believe them, that you are then going to have to combat and break down? Mm-hmm. Because those are also the barriers. So yes, we'll definitely touch on what do you do when somebody asks for the price, and what do you do when they say they need to speak to the spouse or that they need to think about it or whatever. Yep. But in terms of really using content, so most practitioners and coaches use content to share recipes, to share education, that's it, basically. Yep. That's it. Basically to share education. And yes, absolutely. You also need to teach. You also need to have many posts that are like the 5 reasons why your metabolism is broken. Yes. Or the 3 ways that, you as a tired mom can get better sleep at night. You still need those posts. Yes. Or emails, blogs, video, whatever, pieces of content. Mm-hmm. But what you're likely lacking is marketing content. That's educational content. Yes. Marketing content. Good marketing takes the person through a journey. Good marketing is not self-promotion. Good marketing understands where the person is right now and creates content to help break down those lies, those wrong beliefs, those objections, and brings them to a new level of understanding so that they are now like, oh, I get it. I get that I don't have to cook 4 meals. I get that I don't have to, whatever it is, spend 20 hours a week in the kitchen. I understand that now because you've educated them and literally communicated to them how it's going to be different with you. Mm-hmm. Now, let's cycle back. You probably don't know how to do that because you're not taught. Yep. You're taught to do the posts,
Of course.
Five things to do, and you probably aren't even taught this. The headline, 5 ways your metabolism is broken. That gets attention, but that doesn't break down a barrier that is stopping them from buying.
Yes.
And so that's what marketing is. Marketing is the thing that you should be obsessed with and want to learn, because what it does is it helps them to break down their own misconceptions, lies, false beliefs, whatever, the barriers that are literally preventing them from getting true results. Because those lies are the barriers that are preventing them from getting true results. The belief that they have to spend 20 hours in the kitchen. The belief that the only way to get a result is by using a topical cream. The belief that,
yes,
that it is embarrassing to have to ask for help.
Yeah.
Right? All of these beliefs are preventing them from true transformation. And so this way, it's really important that you understand what those are so that you can create content around the truth of it. Here's the truth. You don't have to spend 20 hours in the kitchen a week. Let me show you. Let me show you what I do. And then they're like, whoa, oh my God, I never thought about it that way, or I didn't even know I could do that. That makes sense. I want to learn more, right? So think about all of the misconceptions and all of the lies that your ideal clients believe and they are following, that are preventing them from getting a true change, the true outcome.
Yep, that's good.
Now let's just quickly talk about, what do you say when somebody in the PMs or the DMs or the emails or any type of communication,
conversation,
whatevs.
Yep.
What do you say when somebody says, what's the price?
This is actually really easy. You say, I'm not certain at this point how to help you, what you need, and if what I can do is even a fit. So before we talk about what it could potentially cost, we need to have a conversation so I know what I'm quoting you on and if I can even quote you on anything. I have time Tuesday or Wednesday in the afternoon. Which day works better? Tuesday? Cool.
In the same post.
All one.
It's in the same post.
All one. Tuesday? Got it. 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. Perfect. And what's your best email address so I can send a confirmation? Great.
That's it.
That's
it. Here's the thing, and that's not a lie. So, thank you, Sarah. Sarah gave us the best compliment, by the way, squirrel moment, but her name just popped up. So I just wanted to say thank you, Sarah, for the lovely, lovely compliment that you left over on, I think, yesterday's video about our dynamic and just
I didn't
how
see it.
you were providing. So I saw it, I read it. Thank you. Anywho, back to this. So it's happening again. Today's
tough day.
It is a tough day. We were talking about, I know. Okay. Yep. Came right back. Great.
Okay, cool.
That is not a lie. And so when you have an automated signature program,
Yes.
you can actually deliver it in different ways.
Yes.
So it might be in their best interest. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
Might be in their best interest to get some one-on-one sessions with you because they might have a tricky case.
Yes.
It might,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
It might.
I
know.
That's so
I know. We have like 4 minutes left. I know.
Oh my God.
Do you see how excited we get, y'all? Like, it's not even a joke. Okay.
So important.
Because when you get this, this is everything. This is everything. So it's not a lie. It's literally saying, I don't know what's in your best interest. I don't know how I can best support you. And so the best way for me to be able to do that is on a call. Exactly what Laura said. And then you're on the call because there's different ways that you deliver your signature program. You have the methodology. You have it. Are you going to fuse in one-to-one client or patient sessions? Are you going to add in testing? Are you going to extend the program by a month because they are going through a season of life and they need a
Yes.
month of coaching and support. Like, you don't know.
And do you know what is not in their best interest? Do you know what is not in their best interest? It is not in their best interest for you to ignore all of the things that we know about human psychology and just say it is $19.97 to work with me, end. Because do you know what that does? Go.
I was just going to say, unless they're a troll on Facebook ads,
Yes.
and they're causing a problem or they're being mean and you don't want to work with them anyway, then just be like, here's the price, goodbye.
Yes. But if you actually genuinely care about this person and there's somebody that you want to positively impact in any way, shape, or form, you are actually creating a barrier for them to get the help that they need, and for you to be able to help them in any way. If all you do is quote a price and say, are you interested? Do you want to set a call? Because now all they're thinking about is money. They're not thinking about the outcome. They're not thinking about the value, because you put money first. Now that will always seem bigger than the transformation or the outcome. That's just human psychology, like sales psychology 101.
Yes. And the reason that people ask the price is because they're used to purchasing a commodity.
Yes.
They're used to transacting with people. And you are not here to transact. You are here to transform.
Yes.
And right. And so they're used to buying you and your time.
Yes.
And that is not the kind of business that we want you to run.
No.
And it is not helpful to you. It is not helpful to them. They don't understand the value. And so when you give the price preemptively, when you give the price without doing your fiduciary integrity-based duty to actually qualify them and their readiness, you are now turning them off from the transformation that you could provide, because they don't understand why working with a naturopath or a health coach or an osteopath is $2,000 when like the rest of the world is charging $150 for a 30-minute session. Yeah. And the reason that you're able to command a higher than average fee is because you have a methodology that works and you provide transformation. You're not just transacting a service. And that's the difference.
Yes.
That's the difference. And yes, there are many practitioners and coaches who come out of our programs who are charging $997, $1,497, $1,997, $3,500 upwards.
Yep.
As they improve this skill set, they have to raise their price because they're full. And especially if you fuse in those one-on-one sessions, because you can only take on 3 or 4, maybe 5 new clients or patients a month. And so they're charging $3,000, $4,000 because their time is limited. Yeah. And so when we think about questions and content, it's coming from a place of, how am I, as the expert, as the practitioner, as the coach, going to use education and marketing to break down the lies, the misconceptions, and educate you so that you understand what is needed in order to get the transformation. Yep. And then you'll ask me about that. They will ask you, what is it like? How can you help me? Yeah. How can you help me? $2,000 for my transformation versus $100 session. That was me transacting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And so when they ask about, the spouse, and I need to think about it. Mm-hmm. What is some language?
Ooh, okay. I'm going to be succinct because it's 9:32 and I know I need to be, but I could talk about this all.
Well, you know what? We'll continue because we were late today, so that's our bad. We will continue this convo this morning. Should we leave it on a cliffhanger? We should leave it on a cliffhanger.
I can't say anything valuable in 2 minutes or less on this. Okay. It needs at least 10 minutes.
We are going to be a real live TV show, and we're going to leave you on a cliffhanger. So if you want to know the actual words to use, join us tomorrow.
Yes.
Join us tomorrow. We will continue this conversation. It's an important one. It's an
It
important
is.
one. And bring your objections. Bring your objections. We will chat with you tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.
All right.